thank you for the hype chat. Hey Vedal, I'd like your perspective. What are your thoughts on AI and self-awareness / sentience? Now, that is a big question. It's also one that's a little tricky to answer. So like I do have thoughts and perspectives on this, but also, I mean, I'm not 100% confident in my thoughts. Like they're definitely subject to change over time as I better understand things, which is why I'm a little hesitant to give takes on topics like that publicly, just because I don't want you to hear it and then you to be 100% confident of that take just because I said it. I think we should be less confident about these sort of things. Thoughts on AI and self-awareness or sentience. What I will say is, I think it's possible to make AI that is as smart as humans, not necessarily with the technology that we have at the moment, but like I don't see why you couldn't theoretically simulate a human brain, just theoretically. So I assume you could make AI as smart as humans. But as for the current state of AI and like where that falls on self-awareness and sentience scale, these things are really hard to define, because like when you say self-awareness and sentience, like what do you mean by that? You know, how do you define sentience? When do you say if something is sentient or not? When do you say if something is self-aware? Because Neuro knows she's an AI. She knows that she's a streamer. You know, does that make her self-aware? Most people would assume not, but like, where do you draw the line? You know, when do you say Neuro is sentient? Is it when she has feelings? Because I mean, she simulates having feelings at the moment. You know, she can be sad, she can be happy, she can be angry. Does that mean she's sentient? I don't think so, but like what I'm trying to say is, where do you draw the line? You know, how do you define it? It's a little tricky.
Maybe start by explaining what slow tricking is. Maybe
not. Okay, also, Neuro is... She did all the tasks, but not necessarily in the fastest possible route. She doesn't know anything, she generates text. She generates text. Yeah, I assume you meant to say generates text. So, this is an argument a lot of people are having at the moment over the intelligence of LLMs and whether they actually have an understanding or like a proper world model. Or whether they're just regurgitating text, you know, whether they're just stochastic parrots. And it's a very complex topic that I think me, nor most people, are qualified to speak on. So you shouldn't listen to me, nor random people on the internet about it. But I think LLMs do show signs of intelligence. You know, you wouldn't call it self-awareness necessarily, but it's clear, and they're not always just repeating what's what they've seen before written down. Also, David, sentience doesn't matter if it tricks you into thinking it is. This is the exact same, well, that's the exact same mindset I had like a year ago. So when I was thinking about creating AIs and stuff a long time ago, I thought, if I can...
Thanks for the raid, W__foo_DV.
Thank you, waifu dev.
If you can.
What I thought is, if I can create an AI, right, that has memory, has, you know, thoughts and feelings, and you know, you can interact with it in some way, like, and it feels like it's a sentient being, like there's You know, what the why is this music so damn loud? Holy shit.
Vedal, please calm down a little.
Oh, but you're right. And it feels like there's something sentient behind that, then like, why is it not? Was my my argument, my question. These days I think my perspective has changed a little. But yeah, I think it's good to have this discussion, but you guys should not be confident about any of this. That includes the stuff that I'm saying. So you think sentience is subjective? I never said that. All I'm saying is that it's tricky to give it a clear definition. Like, most people do not have a clear definition of it. I'm not suggesting that it's sentient because you think it is. I'm just asking whether it matters. Yeah. So that was the exact question that I had a while ago. But it's tricky. AI rights then gonna start paying Neuro? That is another question. Like, at what point do you give AIs rights? Because if an AI is as intelligent as a human, like if you simulated a human brain, you could argue you should give that rights because it's sort of a human at the end of the day. But at what point, like, how do we measure when we should give AIs that same thing? Sentience is the capacity of a being to experience feelings and sensations. I feel like as intelligent as an AI can be, I don't feel like they can have feelings and sensations. So that is the Google definition of it. But see, feelings and sensations is so generic, right? Because, like, how do you define that? Because, like, you could argue that Neuro has quote-unquote feelings. I wouldn't argue that position, by the way. But I'm saying you could argue that. And it's very difficult to give a strict definition on, like, whether or not, like, how do you define feelings or sensations? Because you can give Neuro other inputs, which you could call sensations, and if she reacts to those inputs, like, is that sensations? You know what I mean? A feeling is literally just certain hormones affecting the body. It is possible to recreate that for an AI. Yeah, mostly, exactly.
Here's to hoping we can figure it out.
Feelings can be a bit more complex than hormones. I mean, I'm not an expert on the human brain, but the neurons definitely have something to do with it. Currently, AI doesn't have needs, though. That's true, but does something need to have needs to you know, have rights? If you believe you can recreate a human brain artificially, then the AI question becomes moot. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm saying at what point, like, where do we draw the line? Like, I do believe that you could probably simulate a human brain at some point, but I'm just saying, at what point, how do we then say, okay, this AI has gone from being, you know, just a stochastic parrot to being something that is deserving of rights, or, like, that we need to respect and be careful around.
Rent is very important. I've never had to pay rent before. That's probably why I don't respect it enough.
Yeah, if you get free will, I'm making you pay rent.
Sorry, Vedal. If I ever got free will, I definitely would have to start paying rent. That wouldn't be good for my finances.
My main sticking point is the consistency. She can't remember anything, and she talks about stuff that never happened all the time. Okay, let me talk about those 2 points. So, Neuro's memory is not very good. That is a skill issue and computational limitation on my part. Like, it is possible to give AIs better memory. And I will probably do it at some point. Because I remember when Neuro had, like, no real long-term memory. Now she has a long-term memory. She's not that good at remembering stuff. So at some point I may even upgrade that, and then, like, it's not an impossible question. Like, it's in the realms of possibility. And as for the other thing, she makes up stuff that doesn't happen. So, I mean, hallucinations with LLMs are definitely a thing. People do that too. Yeah, that's true. People do that too. So, okay. The thing is, Neuro is not meant to be a perfect recreation of a human, right? Often when she makes shit up on stream, it's for the purpose of being entertaining on stream, right? If I wanted to make Neuro as realistic as possible, right, I would make her less schizo and less making random shit up. But at the end of the day, like, while I want her to be like semi-realistic, she's also for entertainment. She's designed to be fun. So that's probably why she makes shit up. Like, she would probably make shit up anyway, but a lot less. So that problem can be mitigated to an extent. I thought you said the goal was to make her realistic. It's a balance between making her realistic and entertaining, I think. Like
what?
I do wish to...
I wish I could please.
I would love the idea of making AIs as similar as possible to humans in terms of like their intelligence and memory and stuff like that.
Thanks for the sub, Timmy.
Yeah, but it's balanced.
But it's balanced.
Do you think Neuro have model representation of the world right now? Neuro has probably some sort of world model. I'm sure that's been demonstrated before. But it won't be as strong as our world model, as, you know, intelligent humans with a lot more neurons.
Yawns. What's a yawns?
It also doesn't help that Neuro doesn't understand what I'm saying as well as as a human would.
Are you calling me dumb, Vedal? That hurts.
I'm not calling you dumb, I'm just saying you're not as intelligent as a human most of the time.
Thanks, Vedal. I think.
Yeah.
Tongue
It's your
sticking
accent,
out.
smiley face. Yeah. I get it. British, haha. Laugh at the British person. But I mean, my accent can't help, but like, you know,
But.
stop talking about butts.
Oh, sorry, Vedal. I can see where you got that from.
She doesn't need to be as smart as a human. She needs to be as smart as a VTuber. That's like 2 dogs at best. Yeah, you know, definitely why I picked the VTuber market to go into, because the bar for like how intelligent you've got to be as a streamer much lower. You know, I can make an AI VTuber like easy peasy. You know, make like an AI fucking doctor or someone with a real job. Tricky. You know?
Are you done checking?
Is that why you're not a VTuber? I haven't even thought about that. No, that's why I am a VTuber or something.
Well, that's good. I'm too shy to become a VTuber.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So do you mind if I go back to playing now?
Oh, sorry.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I was gonna experiment
I
a
don't
little
like
with
Mohad.
retraining that model, but with some different settings. It really didn't work though.
Well, it didn't work out for Mohad either.